All right, headphones kill your head. Listening to music in public will just fuck up everything, like inside your brain. Now, don't think I'm completely against music and that I think it's bad and all of that stuff. I make music myself, I couldn't live without it, and I'm a fan of so many different genres, but I've noticed that it's just simply not a good idea to listen to music everywhere you go and like in every circumstance. I got a friend of mine who, like, when I'm hanging out with him and he's going to the toilet, like when we're in a public setting in a bar or something, he stands up and he puts his headphones on and he goes to the fucking toilet like this. And I've given him shit for this so many times, but he still didn't listen to me. When I grew up, with like, I'm 23 now, and with 13 or 14, I got my first like smartphone. And with that, soon came headphones along with it. So for about like 8 or 9 years now, I was just like, I was plugged in all of the time. I was leaving my house listening to music or even podcasts, like just always something going on in my head that wasn't directly connected to the outside world and what was going on right in this moment. It was like a coping strategy for me to like deal with the stress of the outside world, because there were all these people, and you just simply, you knew you were there if you like didn't have any headphones in or listening to music. And I think that's a problem, because I have noticed that wearing headphones, listening to stuff all the time, has a serious negative impact on your mental health and on your well-being, as well as your social capabilities. And it took me almost 10 years to notice that. And the way I did notice it was when I was like in an unknown environment. I was making a trip to visit my cousin in a different state, and I was stepping off the train with my headphones on, and I was so overwhelmed that I had to take them out. And then I was like, wait, I'm actually way more relaxed right now. This is so much easier to navigate and to think and to actually plan directions. Where do I have to go? What do I have to do? All that stuff. It took me 10 years to realize it. So positive influences on your mental health. Before, when I was like going to the grocery store with headphones in, or like riding the train with headphones in every day, it always felt like I was locked in a glass cubicle, like a cage made out of 5 glass panels, like above my head, to my right, to my left, to my front, and behind me. And it was always like a feeling of being locked in, because I'm just so in my music and by myself that I didn't even realize what was going on around me. And that's really unnatural if you think about it, because we as human beings are of course designed to have all of our senses working together. And if you like take away one of them, or actually two of them, your hearing and your balance, because they're sort of combined, I don't think you're doing yourself any favors. It's really hard to like find clear thoughts when you're plugged in all of the time. And so the positive changes I noticed once I stopped like wearing headphones, I don't do it anymore in public. Yes, I go to the gym wearing headphones because it's good motivation and it gives you power and stuff. But I think it's okay in this setting, because you're not there to socialize, you're there to like work out and get stronger and better. When you take a walk or you go to work, or you're outside amongst people or in nature, it almost feels like you're meditating, even if you're not. Like you're just walking and you're alone with your thoughts. Instead of music, you're alone with your thoughts, instead of like some podcast people talking straight into your ears. And you can just perceive everything so much better and with so much more focus. You're mindful, you're living in the moment, you're not distracted all the time anymore. And I think that's really valuable, and everybody should experience it. Now you think, of course, that's like logical to me, but is it? Have you seen how many people walk around with like their smartphones in front of their faces with their ears plugged in and they don't see and don't hear anything? And I don't think the smartphone itself is the problem because I have it with me all the time. You know, I can look at directions, I can Google stuff, and I can reach all my friends and family. That's progress. That's the positive side of technology. We can use that to our advantage. But the actual problem is the constant flow of entertainment that just waters down your brain like, I don't know. Also, taking out your headphones before like a social event just gets rid of all of the brain fog, all of the troubles to like properly communicate with people, and like not knowing what to say, listening but not really listening, you know what I mean? And just being able to focus on what the other person says and then on what you have to or what you can answer. And sometimes it came down to just having like a melody stuck in my head and repeating and repeating. And that was like listening to music before I met with this person and they're talking to me and I'm like, and my brain was just not here with me. It was like back at home listening to this song, if you know what I mean. It's so stupid. And I think everyone should know as a fact that it's easier to engage in social interactions and connections if you have a clear mind. Like that, you shouldn't, that statement shouldn't raise questions. It's just like that naturally. And also, what I noticed is I came across to be like in a way better mood. People told me that. I felt other people were way more open-minded towards me, and I felt a sense of collective connection with everything, with every human being, with like nature or the city, or even like just, I guess it all comes down to being in the moment and feeling the room, you know, actually perceiving where you are in the room, perceiving everything around you, and like not be as caged in by music, not hearing stuff. When you're like outside with headphones, you're so stuck in your ways. You just have to, you know, you have to walk from this point to this point and you like listen to your favorite song or whatever, and then you just go and you just don't notice anything around you. And I think that's the key problem, and that's why I'm making this video right now, because my previous two videos actually got a decent amount of attention, like 2,000 views, and that's pretty cool actually, because yeah, I feel like what I'm saying actually reaches people, and that's why I wanted to make this video now. And I'm just hoping it gets the same amount of attention because this problem is really dear to my heart. Only once you stop wearing headphones, you start noticing how many people do it and how many people are just disconnected zombies strolling around without any like purpose of living. They're just like NPCs, and I think that's sad. So I'm wondering why this problem isn't talked about more often or more widely, because in my opinion it really is a problem. Like the specific headphone problem, you could go into all of the like smartphone, social media type of stuff, but not me. I'm specifically trying to focus on the headphones here, because they just dull out your brain and your ability to live in a moment and be mindful. So yeah, if you're watching this, just try it. Just leave your headphones at home, or I don't know, if you're feeling unsafe without them, just take them with you in your bag. I still do sometimes. Maybe it works for you. I hope it does, because I really think it's the solution to a lot of societal problems we face today. So yeah, Leave your fucking headphones out and bye.